Hello, welcome from another CMB movie. Well, not quite a movie. But we have got a good movie out there called The Syndicate. If you want to find it, you will love it. It features huge sturgeon, big cats, a lovely background, loads of different techniques. We demonstrate in there all the main rigs, such as dumbbell and tipper rigs and things like that. So it's worth a watch. It's on TikTok, it's on YouTube. You can find it. If you can't, ask me, I'll send you a link. Anyway, I digress. So why are we here today? So we're here today, myself and Sarah, who's behind the camera, as co-owners of the company. And what we want to do is talk about how we use our baits to put our PVA mix together. Now, we're fishing a particularly deep venue. It's about 40 foot at its deepest. And it has cats in there to over 100 pounds, and lots of them. And it has some very big carp in there as well, and some other species. It also has some what I would call pest or nuisance species in there. Because of all of this, we use an unconventional approach to PVA. And all I want to do is just walk through that. We like PVA mesh bags. They're what we use a lot of. Our typical technique on this and other waters, although it kind of works better on other waters because of the deep water, is to catapult out 5 or 6 pulps of the PVA mix, and then on each rod to cast out a PVA bag, probably about that long and about that wide, using 38mm PVA mesh. We have powerful rods which enable us to do this. But enough witter, let's talk about the bait. So I normally have this in sacks. Haven't got any sacks left today because we've sold a lot of it, but this is basically 6mm halibut pellet. It's not halibut, they call it marine high oil pellet. I'm not sure which one it is. This is bought from Angling Direct. We got 6 kilos of the stuff, and basically we're using this as a base pellet, just to kind of expand our mix and bulk it out a bit. Otherwise, even for us as a bait company owner, it ends up costing a fortune. So we strongly recommend using a base pellet of some sort. It can be anything. It can be Copham's 4, 6 or 8mm. It can be Copham's mixed. It can be Copham's carp pellets. It can be Sketchins. It can be some other coarse pellet. You know, look at the rules of the water, find out if they allow high oil or if it's a low oil water, and go from there would be my recommendations. So this makes up the base. We then add in some black cat chow, okay, and the black cat chow is actually a hook bait pellet as well as a feed pellet. Let me get a couple out. What you're looking at there basically is a boilie pellet, okay, a black boilie pellet, and the bulk of what's in here is stuff like pig blood meal, tuna meal, betaines, emulsified salmon oil, lots of marine flavourings, marine aminos, multi-amino, other protein providers, and over a period of time that leaks out the pellets. They're open-ended pellets, as you can see. A lot of people like to cut the sides off these pellets and trim them to a smaller size if the fish are being cautious. They work very well for carp as well, not just cats. But we use 2 jugs full of these, okay? Put them over there a minute. And that gives us very rich set of fish meals and flavours and oils and things like that to the PVA mix. So that's one of our principal components. We also use, this is not a retail bag obviously, this is nitro milk protein, Nitro MP, we sell this. These are the 18 mils. We also use a jug full of these. I'll just crunch that up for you. Right. Now, although that's a really light colour, what's actually in there is beef liver, GLM, strong banana and wild orange flavours, massive milk protein base, it's very high in protein, and some other attractors. And we put these in the bags, one split down like this, because this leads to a nice milky cloud hovering over the bottom, but also as whole and as half boilies. So that's them. For kicks and giggles, we also stick in our other boilie, which is, these are 12mm strawberry nitros, and they smell very strong as strawberry. And in fact, these ones have been boosted with another strawberry essence, and if you ask us when you place an order, we will boost your bakes for you as well, which makes them a lot stronger. But these are the 12mm ones, but they come in 15 as well. Got them in there. They're a very different mix actually. They're a bird food, there's a bit of CLO. They're a bird food and fish meal on a milk base. They're incredibly effective in their own right, but also they're a wonderful area feed because they do leak nutrients, but nowhere near as much as a Nitro MP, but they survive an incredibly long time and break down gradually in the water over sort of 48 hours. So they're a great way to build a swim. Right, and finally we move on to red squiglets. Now these we sold out of, sorry, I did order 80 kilos, but we've got more coming, slightly different formulation because we've learnt a few things from these, but we do have more coming. They'll be here in about 3 weeks. Now these, having them robin red, salmon oil, a lot of different protein providers. These are on a milk protein base. The ones that are coming are on a fish meal base, fish meal and milk protein. In here as well is some multi-amino, betaine, and other fish attractors. These are the business. They hold their shape for quite a while on the bottom. They leak the attractors as opposed to degrade and dissolve. So you've got a constant bed of bait there that fish can find. They're full of GLM, which is green lint mussel extract, which is incredibly attractive to all the species we've mentioned. And they don't get any sort of distortion, even subjected to 40-50 foot depths with increased water pressure. These really are the answer to your feed problems. They're great. So we had 2 or 3 jugs of these in here as well. What does that give us? If Sarah can come down on the bucket, that gives us this. And we will chop some of this in half, we will break some of this up, we will grind some of this in the grinder, but basically these are the core components of our PVA mix. I'm not saying you have to do yours this way, but this is how we do ours. Just what you'd like to see. Thanks guys, bye.